Oh no, we didn't. Oh no, we didn't. Say it ain't true. Did Keyshawn Davis? Did Keyshawn Davis duck Devin Haney? We about to get into it. All right. So, WBO's former lightweight champion, Keyshawn the businessman Davis, who is an elite fighter out of Norfolk, Virginia, who has an undefeated professional record, who once was an Olympic silver medalist, and he called himself the businessman. He say he ready to whoop anybody ass. He been calling out Devin Haney for quite some time, saying, "Send it over, Bill. Send it over, Bill." Bill sent it over. He didn't want no smoke. And we about to find out why. Let's find out why. Keyshawn Davis didn't want the smoke. Now, thanks to Aki TV, we're going to be able to get a response from him. They say he finally responds to the reason why he declined. Did he duck? Is it a reason? Was it money? I think it was $3 million, $2 million or something like that. He declined. That sounds like some good money to me, but you know, all money ain't good money. So let's give this man a chance to say what he said. I have not watched this video. I did not. I just turned this on when I seen the clip of him responding. I love boxing. I'm a former boxer myself. I love it. So we gonna get a lot of content from that here on Scrap Skeezy TV. But before we do so, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, we over here doing something. I'm loading up all this content. So yeah, that's what we doing. Without further ado, let's go.
Like, y'all never see me fight, like, angry. Like, y'all just see me slam somebody and start smiling. I smiled it off. Y'all ain't never actually really see me, like, get on that. I know we gotta get on that with light skin, because he already scared. If you try to scare somebody that's already scared, that make you a okay. I'm not even gonna do all that. Mandatory. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I was a mandatory at 140. I ain't even have a fight at 140 yet. Made me the mandatory. Huh? Bam. They made me the mandatory at 147. Ain't have a fight yet. Huh? Bam. Mandatory. Somebody love me. I don't know who it is, but somebody love me.
Gustavo, you broke a lot of news on Cigar Talk originally when we had our first conversation. You gave us a lot of insight that the mandatory was coming. You gave us the insight that the split would be 75-25. And then subsequently, we saw Bill Haney says, I just spoke with WBO Boxing Organization. He added the WBO, President Gustavo. He says, he told me Keyshawn Davis and Jay Prince called him and set this whole thing up. So that story about the kid not knowing what he was getting into or what was going on is far from the truth. Can you please give us some clarity on that?
Elaborate, sure. The facts, like you guys like to say, straight up facts. I received a call from Mr. Prince inquiring whether the WBO would consider Keyshawn as a former undefeated WBO lightweight champion, whether he would be considered to be installed in the ratings welterweight division and consequently be designated the mandatory. So Mr. Prince gave me a call to ask what will be the procedure from a regulatory standpoint. So I basically explained.
When did that happen?
Months ago.
Okay. Proceed.
I don't recall the exact date. It was months ago. So once I received the call from Prince, he chimed in the kid, Keyshawn, and Keyshawn wanted some clarity as to the process. So I explained to them this. I didn't guarantee them any outcomes because it will be irresponsible because I don't make that call. I can make recommendations, but there's a championship committee composed of 4 members that they vote on the matter. And we publish all of our rulings and decision-making, and I tweet, and I try to bring the utmost transparency and answer most of everyone's questions when I have the time. So I explained to them the process. Thereafter, they filed a petition to consideration and designation of mandatory. And he was granted the mandatory designation unanimously by the committee.
Okay. So I guess what Bill was saying, he said that they set this up. You're just saying he asked you what is the formal process of how I can petition my guy to be
correct. It's not. It doesn't with the WBO. It doesn't where you give me a call behind the scenes. Let's do this. No. We always ask either managers, advisors,
right?
promoters.
So, Keyshawn Davis and Jay Prince, they petitioned to become the mandatory for this bout in order for them to force Bill Haney and them to fight him. That's how I'm processing it. That's how I understand it. You bark up a tree, you force your way in front of the line, you get called next, and we don't have a fight. Let's get into it.
Submit everything in writing so we can have it in black and white. And if there's any misleading argument, I got the facts to impeach the person or the individual raising that assertion. You know, I'm a lawyer, man. So we do things by the book.
So Keyshawn Davis finally came out breaking his silence on turning down the Devin Haney fight after he was the one that petitioned to the WBO to order the fight along with his manager, Jay Prince. Well, Debo supposedly met Keyshawn in the street and turned Craig into red. He snatched his chain and Keyshawn went missing. Well, Keyshawn came out and said, look, he wants 60-40 split on IG story. He told Bill, if Devin Haney want to fight, 60-40, the fight can happen. And I'm over here scratching.
Okay. So it's about the money. It ain't about him being scared. I don't think he ducking. He feel like he should get more than the 75-25 split. That's really what the WBO says that would happen if that mandatory has to fight the champion and that purse is awarded. He don't like that. He wants 60-40, feeling like he's a draw as well. I'm not mad at that. This is where negotiation happens.
Scratching my head like, bruh.
Let's go.
Key, you ain't in position to demand anything.
He is in a position. He a living man. He's a brand. And he has the right to make these decisions. Now, us as, fight fans, we want to see you just get in there and fight. No matter what, we don't know what this can do to your career or your health, but we want to see you go for the glutz and gore. You as a businessman are trying to be a businessman. I'm not mad at it at this point. Keep going.
Right now. Do you even know Top Rank doesn't owe Keyshawn a fight till May 2027? That's how bad he messed up. And even then, they owe him a fight with the likes of Tiger and Brian Norman for no title, for way less money, for his minimum, less than $1 million probably. And on top of all of that, that's a dangerous fight. Brian Norman is a dangerous-ass fight for Keyshawn at 147. That's a 50-50 fight. A fight Keyshawn said out of his own mouth, he don't want to fight Brian Norman. He want to fight the champ Devin Haney right away because he believes after defeating Devin Haney, he's going to be the face of boxing. Well, when he was offered $3 million to fight Debo, he turned it down. He took her the purse bid. The purse went lower. Top Rank at DAZN came back with, we still going to give you the $3 million to fight Debo. He said, nah, hell no, I want $5 million. And then he told Bill and Devin he wants 60-40 split. First of all, to make one thing clear, so there won't be no confusion, Keyshawn first said on live when he first became the mandatory, he had no idea. He just woke up one day and he was the mandatory. But the WBO president came out and revealed that Jay Prince actually called him next to Keyshawn, and he talked to both, where he explained everything.
Hey, check this out. Y'all gotta understand, these motherfuckers is professional cappers on this shit. Fighters, all of that. It's it's the art of war in some sense. They gonna tell you one thing just to force the hand of another on another end. Listen, Keyshawn. You've been making some noise. You've been doing your thing. You look good every time. You a bad boy. But I don't think you have done enough compared to resumes in that regard to Devin Haney. Devin Haney has fought some guys. So just like, I'm gonna put it this way, just like they undercut Bud for the Canelo fight, because they undercutted him, but he took it because he knew about the legacy. This is your legacy here. As long as they willing to fight you and you getting some money, go ahead, get that money. You said you was going to stop him. I just read that there on your Twitter account. Go ahead and stop him then. Get the money, get the bag, and there's more money where that come from if you do what you say you're going to do. I mean, that's what the casual is going to say, right? But understanding this boxing game, understand how wicked it is and how it plays, and how even when you have these purses that you win, you don't get the money all the time initially right at the end of the fight. Sometimes that money is spread out. It all depends on how that contract is written up. So I'm going to put it this way. If they didn't take the fight, Jay Prince also, let me say this, managed Andre Ward. They gonna make the fight that the fighter want to make. They're gonna make the biggest fight that they can make. Jay Prince is a good goddamn boxing promoter for real. All right, so listen, he can get it done. They gonna make the fight. It gotta make sense for everybody, right? If they can meet in the middle, I say 70-30. It's a little more than what they were offering with the 75-25, 70-30. Take the slap in the face and go get it. And then when it's your turn to strangle somebody and make your money as the champion, you'll be able to do the same thing. Because if you whoop him, he gonna want a rematch. Then you strangle him. Go ahead. It's simple, but let's finish.
They were asking him all type of questions, and he told them everything. The split, 75% to 25% in favor of the champion, Debo. He told Keyshawn and Jay the entire process. If it goes to purse bid, that's going to be the split. So Keyshawn knew what time it was back when he requested and petitioned to the WBO to fight Devin Haney. He already knew the split, but now he want to demand 60-40. Then why did you petition to the WBO? Why did you waste everybody time? The corporate people time. See, that excuse doesn't make sense, nor is valid, simply because...
Yeah, that's for sure what I'm saying. Why would you ask to be in the front of the line, and then when it's your turn to go ahead and get on the ride, you tell them, hold on, I need to pee. I don't get that. Get your ass out the line. As a matter of fact, at this point, if I'm the WBO and everybody else involved, you go to the end of the line. You don't get a second shot to negotiate when this is by the WBO standard a fair deal.
Because it was Keyshawn, the one who petitioned and had the knowledge that he petitioned to fight Debo for 75-25 split. And that split is more than fair, because Devin Haney is too much of the A side. He has the resume, he has the name, he has the title, he has the paydays. Keyshawn, on the other hand, his highest payday is $1 million. Devin Haney, last payday was around 12. What are we talking about? You can't compare.
Whoa, hold on. They just said that Keyshawn, his highest payday is $1 million. This will be your highest payday, 2.3 to date. And you stand to make more after you win. He know Bud. Why he ain't called Bud? Matter of fact, call Bud, Keyshawn. Call Bud. Talk to Bud. And Bud gonna tell you how you gotta take this to get that. And what it did for Bud be in Dubai now. He ain't even in Omaha most of the time now. And it's probably not even on his dime. Cause now he know how to work it. Niggas be putting their horse before the carriage, man. Or putting the carriage before the hearse. Something like that. It's, you know, them old folks say that. I don't know. Y'all got what the fuck I was saying.
Compare 12 million to one. Keyshawn was already getting his maximum $3 million to fight Debo. That was a huge payday even for Keyshawn. And the reality is, that's only a bad payday if Keyshawn believes he's going to go in there with Devin Haney and get hurt or get dropped or get stopped. And he will never be the same after that, where his career is over. Then yeah, I can see why he wants $5 million retirement money. But if Keyshawn is looking at this like another champion he fought before, like Dennis, remember at 135 he fought a champion. He didn't complain about making less than $1 million against him because he went in there and knocked his ass out.
Shout out to Ridge for being ahead of the game, because while the iPhone Air does lack battery, it does still have MagSafe, which means you're going to want to pick up a Ridge power bank. So this, a 10,000 milliamp hour battery that's already...
So listen, as much as we know about this situation, right, and what the reports say, I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Same time from this thing. But it's even more loaded than that. In the center here,
Keyshawn was saying he's gonna knock Debo out with the brick and become the face of boxing. And then the payday's gonna really come after that. Can you imagine how much Keyshawn minimum gonna be after defeating Devin Haney and he's the champ? Man, his minimum gonna be at least $3.5 million from that point forward. And his maximum, only God knows, depending on the opponent. It can go up to 6 or to 8 million.
Didn't I just say that? I think I just said that. I know I just said that. I know I just said that, actually. Shit is crazy. Now, once again, sometime you gotta go to flow. You know what I mean? Now, most of these dudes think they the prize before they ever was. They get these lower level championships, move up in weight class, and think that low championship, that low weight class holds weight to you to doing. And it does to a degree, but not always, right? The champion of that lower weight class can go up and try to go defeat a champion in a higher weight class and make and skip the line, maybe. But for the most part, when you in a new weight class, brother, you're going to have to pay your dues, and that's where you're at with this fight. This ain't your traditional, but you You petitioned for mandatory. You got what you wanted. They explained to you that if you petition and you are granted it, it's a 75-25 split. This is based on the belt that you're fighting for. And then you decline that and say, "Nah, I need $5 million." So at $5 million, that's 60-40. And I don't even know if that's 60-40. I don't even think that's that. That's almost damn near what I think he was only getting. I think Devin, it was reported he was only making 6 from the fight. You would make 5, so the fight is almost a $11 million fight at that point. And you were to split it at $5 million. That's half. No. Me as a fan know that that's wrong. And I be watching boxing, and I know who you are. I know your resume. I know your caliber. I'm telling you, Keyshawn, if this run across you, that's wrong, right? You got to take what that 75-25. You probably can negotiate for a little bit more. I think you're worth a little bit more, but half ain't. That's not correct, sir. I don't think you're. Now, I do think that talent-wise you're there, but your resume isn't, right? Your experience to me isn't where Devin Haney's at by far. Like, you need at least about 3 more notables before you can really be barking that shit to him, because to be honest, Keyshawn, everybody you fought, no star power. None. Now, Keyshawn has fought a Lomachenko. Keyshawn, hasn't. I don't think he did Lomachenko. He was screaming for him, but he didn't fight him. Devin has fought Lomachenko. I'm sorry if I did misquote that. Devin fought Lomachenko. Devin fought Ryan Garcia. Devin been chasing Tank. Devin got some names, and I ain't gonna lie, I only named 2. But he got some names. And I think he beat T.O. Did Devin Haney fight T.O.? I think he did, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Right now, I know I seen that fight. I think, if I ain't stupid, don't let me make up no shit right now. It's charge it to my mind, not my heart. I know what I'm talking about, but correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, man, stop playing. Devin Haney really
depending on the
like
opponent
the Debo right now.
So
crazy.
that's what the Devin Haney opportunity would have had made Keyshawn a superstar, the star he wanted to be. When he lost to Andy Cruz for the gold medal, he said he gonna take it at the pro level, to the championship level. The time came, and he turned it down. For the Super Bowl, this is the Super Bowl for Keyshawn right here, because Devin Haney is the...
Let me say this. If I am Bill and Devin, I will move on from Keyshawn, and he will never get the fight ever again. He has no opportunity. This boy was barking. I remember a lot of this, and Keyshawn was barking, been barking. What up, Bill? What up? Like, his eyes get big. He be like, he own that, right? Like, I don't give a fuck how much money it is. But when you had the chance to do it, I don't care about your mentors. I'm like, what's in your heart? You feel me? I know you a businessman. Keyshawn, businessman. That is your A-list. But if you was really like that, I'll go get him. I'll go get him, dog. I'll go get him. It's different, though. I already know what cheese and crackers taste like. I know what top ramen tastes like. You know, I know where I came from when I was happy just to have $1, and when I got $5, and when I got $20. You know, I ain't gonna act like I always had it, is what I'm saying. I'll go get that because I know I still need some more. Your family still needs some more, and this gonna kick down the door for your family to get some more. Gonna get that 2.3 million, get him up out of there, and then you talk shit like, man, I had to kick your ass for 2.3, dog. I kicked your ass on a discounted price when y'all know I didn't want to. That's how I would come. But nevertheless, let's finish.
Face of boxing, whether you believe it or not. I can prove that, but I don't even have to, as I will anyway later on. Keyshawn already believes that. He said after defeating Devin Haney, he's going to become the face of boxing. So he must believe Devin Haney is the face. Because when you look at Canelo, oh yeah, he the face of boxing? Is that what y'all believe? Or that's what y'all want to believe? That's what y'all hope? Because when you name Canelo against who the hell is he going to fight, that's going to sell. Outside of Benavidez, a fighter, he ducking and he going to duck forever. Well, Debo don't have that problem because they ducking him. But if you look at the boxing landscape, Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney versus Ryan rematch, Devin Haney versus Rolly. It don't matter if it's Rolly or Teo who wins that fight. Devin Haney versus Shakur, Devin Haney versus Tank, Devin Haney versus Keyshawn, Devin Haney versus Boots. Devin Haney versus everybody is a mega fight. That's what makes him the face, because he actually can make 50-50 mega fights. Fights that's going to capture the attention of the boxing world and the casual world. Canelo can't do that. What the hell he fighting next? Man, people ain't checking for that, even though that's a good fight. But it's not a mega fight. That's why they had to remove him from the September date. The point I'm trying to make, you the face of boxing if you are able to deliver the mega fights, and Devin Haney can. And Keyshawn just lost his opportunity asking for too much
lost it.
because he doesn't believe he's going to win. It's that simple. If he believed he could have had won, he would have took the fight in a heartbeat, because that's 3 times his biggest payday. 300% raised from his biggest payday for a title shot against the name he's been chasing. What's the problem? Like I said, Keyshawn didn't have a problem when he fought Dennis for whatever split. And he made less money than he's going to make against Devin Haney. I mean, if you already got a job and you're getting paid good money, $20 an hour, but then you found a new job doing the same thing, getting paid $60 an hour. Are you really not going to accept that offer for that new job, and you doing the same exact thing you did in the other job, because you in your mind want to get paid $100 an hour, but that's not what you are worth? You're not going to turn down a 60 per hour offer for a new job because in your mind you're worth a...
Let me say this. What Aki just said, right? Aki TV, let's say this, right? We tell people to stand up and know your worth. And then the moment they stand up and show, I know my worth, we say, that's not what you worth. And who wrong? Right? The appraisers are the product. I mean, because in this realm here, it's his health, it's his life, it's his career on the line anytime he steps in. So if he decides that the fights that he are taking aren't advantageous for him, and he decides to go another route, who are we, right? I don't know. Because as a fan, you want to see it. But when you was barking like you was barking, Keyshawn, you leave the door open for this type of criticism. And for people to see, because we've been letting you pop it, right? The general public been really letting you pop it. And you've been whooping and everybody you done faced ass. But we don't really be knowing them people. That's the truth. and you do your thing. But then when it's time for you to fight somebody who we know could probably whoop your ass too, right? He kind of from your background too. You know, he a Oakland boy. There's some Cali shit going on. I told you I'm biased a little bit. No, I'm just playing. No, not biased. No favoritism. But Devin Haney can fight. Now that it's your chance to fight somebody who can fight like you don't want to fight. That's questionable. You leaving the door open for me to question you and for others to
$100 an hour. If no one is willing to pay you that, you're going to take the 60, right? Keyshawn has nobody to pay him more than $3 million for his next fight or even fights afterwards. Who can Keyshawn right now fight that will give him a title shot or just a payday of $3 million? Nobody. He's going to go back to receiving his minimum at best or his maximum, which is currently $1 million in fighting contenders, not even world titles, world champions. Absolutely not. That's why it doesn't make sense for Keyshawn to say what he said. Debo, on the other hand, he can unify the division, fight whoever, and he's going to get paid the same amount he was going to get paid for Keyshawn, or perhaps even more. Keyshawn, if you look at the boxing landscape, he took it to the purse bid, and he was given what he was worth in the marketplace. Matter of fact, Top Rank in the Zone offered him $1 million more than what he was worth in the marketplace.
Yeah, because if I get your Kelly Blue Book on your car, I'm not paying you $1 more than what it say, even if you got it clean and all that. And you like, nah, I need 7 for it. But your Kelly Blue Book say 4. You getting 4. I don't care. I don't care. You can wrap that shit as clean as you want. Let's go.
Right? He still turned it down. That doesn't make logical sense. That means Keyshawn doesn't believe that he can beat Debo or even make the fight competitive, because that's still a win for your biggest payday and moving forward. Remember, Keyshawn was willing to accept less money to fight Teofimo Lopez. So how does that make sense? He even accepted 3 times less money to fight for the world title at 135. So I don't want to hear the business of boxing or the money is the reason why Keyshawn didn't fight Debo. That's not true. It's Keyshawn confidence, because the money ain't the problem. He knew what the money was going to be. He knew what the split was going to be. That didn't stop him from telling the WBO president to order the fight. It was the contrary. He told the WBO president to order the fight after he was informed on the split. Shit, I even knew what the split was. So Keyshawn knew better. It really seems like Keyshawn was only trying to get a free title, thinking Devin was going to vacate. They were trying to play Debo out of his spot.
Damn, I didn't think about that. Do you think they thought he was gonna vacate? That's why they was pushing so hard? They must not know that boy over there. He don't be really acting light-skinned. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because he agreed to the 144 catch weight, Shakur sent Keyshawn to distract him till he signs the Zuffa contract. And then Keyshawn got the fight but turned down the fight that he requested, that he petitioned for. Think about it. When Devin Haney was negotiating with Shakur, Shakur went quiet and Keyshawn came out talking. But then when Devin Haney gave Keyshawn his full attention, Keyshawn went quiet and Shakur came out of a hidden cave talking about he want the smoke. But he told Devin, give up the belt first, give it to Keyshawn, or I'm not gonna fight you. Just for Keyshawn to duck the belt, duck the fight, duck the money for the belt. With that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts on J. Prince gun.
All right, yeah, man. We gonna stop it right there as well. We gonna go ahead and just let that be. Before we get out here, though, before we get out of here, right? I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe, man. It take you nothing to do so. You can do it, and we'll appreciate it. Also, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You can follow us on Instagram at Scrapskeezy. You know, we love it. To the fight community, I'm going to have a lot of fight analysis and more reviews, reactions, and more. Yeah, man, we just getting started, so it may look like I ain't doing it, but I'm putting this shit together, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna catch up very, very fast. But anyway, with that being said, please take a moment to go over to Aki TV, finish watching that. Shout out to him for that content. Shout out to 13 Babies Entertainment as our sponsors, Paper Set Entertainment as our sponsors. And we gonna keep doing this shit until I don't want to do it no more. You hear me? Yeah. And the words go a little something like this. I love you now. I love you later. I'm just trying to be greater. I think. I know. I'm out. Peace out. And it's like that. And it's like that.
Cakes by Deuce Lee.